We named the award after an outstanding union organizer, Edna Berger. Edna was the first woman organizer on the international staff of her union, the Newspaper Guild. All her life, she mentored women and men, inside and outside the labor movement, in a style all her own. And tonight, we give the 10,000 Edna Award to another amazing woman, and awards of distinction to 2 nominees. We also proudly honor 3 young women, young workers, with our Kate Mullany Courageous Young Workers Award.
Kate Mullany was an Irish immigrant who in 1864, at the age of 19, led a strike of workers at 14 laundries in upstate New York. In the spirit of Kate Mullany and all of those laundry workers, young and old, who risked so much so others could have a better life, I am privileged to present the winners in this year's Courageous Young Worker Award. So let me begin with Stephanie Alejandro, 27 years old, began organizing her co-workers after she noticed that the tips she had earned from working a private party never made it back to her. She and her co-workers filed wage claims with the local Department of Labor while simultaneously launching a campaign of direct action at the restaurant. And eventually, the restaurant was compelled to end the wage theft and improve safety standards for all its workers. Our next Courageous Young Worker winner is Anggie Godoy, who last year, at the age of 19, led a strike against McDonald's, where she was working to help her mom make ends meet. She became one of the most effective organizers in the Fight for 15 movement, the campaign to raise minimum wage, leading the successful effort to raise the minimum wage in the city of Los Angeles. Sarina Santos, our other Courageous Young Worker winner, is a 30-year-old baggage worker who took on the largest airline in the world when she led her co-workers to fight for increased wages at American Airlines.
Thank you, and especially to BergerMarks for honoring women.
Thank you, and I really hope that you guys support the vessel workers fighting for a livable wage.
Thank you for recognizing us for all of our hard work on everything. I've met so many people I would never, ever would have thought I would be here.
It is my pleasure to now present our first Edna Award of Distinction for advocating social justice, and that award goes to Neidi Dominguez. As the lead organizer of the Clean Car Wash campaign in Los Angeles, she has organized immigrant workers across 30 car wash sites in LA in just 2 years. Due to Neidi's efforts, both the LA City Council and the California State Legislature now support enforcement of labor standards in the car wash industry, and most importantly, they now support the right of car wash workers to organize. Before all of that, she actually took on the President of the United States, and she won. She led a fierce campaign to convince President Obama that he needed to stop deporting immigrant youth who have been brought to this country as non-consenting children. The result, more than 600,000 young immigrants can now earn a living and live in the U.S. without fear of deportation.
Nelini began her career in social justice with the Working Families Party in New York, where she spent 6 years working on various electoral and issue campaigns to improve the quality of life for low-income communities of color, and immigrant communities. After the tragic death of Trayvon Martin in Florida, Nelini moved to Florida and helped start the Dream Defenders, organizing youth of color to actively stop the school-to-prison pipeline. She currently works with Rise Up Georgia in Atlanta, building coalitions with the labor movement, the Black Lives Matter movement, and other community groups to solidify a united front against racism and economic injustice.
I am pleased and proud to present the 2015 Edna Award for Social Justice to Patrisse Cullors, a key leader in the 21st century civil rights movement. Patrisse is co-founder of #Black Lives Matter.
I want to say a little bit about why this moment is so important and why the fight for Black lives is so important. I grew up in the middle of the war on drugs and the rise of police militarization, and I witnessed the decimation of my community and thus my family. And this current movement is allowing for a new conversation, but also a new way of being, a conversation that centers Black people. Because we always say when Black people get free, we will all get free. And so I'm grateful that people are coming to terms with that.
There were 7 other finalists of women under the age of 35. First, we have Kate Black. She is the executive director at American Women and the vice president of research at Emily's List. Simone Cranston Rhodes, formerly the California Central Valley Regional Organizer for Tenants Together. Hannah Gelder. Hannah is a senior community organizer for One Northside, a Chicago-based organization that empowers clergy not only to speak out against injustice, but also to get their congregations to get involved in the fight for social justice. Lupe Gonzalo. She is of the Coalition of Immokalee Workers, who leads the worker-to-worker educational sessions on farms, participating in the Fair Food Program. Baye Ostrich, an organizer for SEIU Local 509 and adjunct facility at Boston University. Sarah Rosenkrantz. Sarah is the co-worker of Y2Y Harvard Square, which services homeless young adults. And finally, Carrie Thompson. Carrie is a field organizer for the United Electrical, Radio, and Machine Workers of America, UE, who led the fight to organize graduate assistants at the University of Iowa. It is so nice for this old broad to know that the fight for social justice will continue after I'm long gone.
No doubt, Edna and Gerald, wherever they are in some other parallel life, are fist bumping and high-fiving and just so proud of everything that's going on tonight. What an inspiring group of young women. Let's hear one more round. Whoa!